Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I need to talk about something pretty serious today. Something that has been on my mind, and I know it has been on a lot of yours too. It's about my recent vote regarding the release of the Epstein files. I was the only one to vote no, and I owe you a clear, direct explanation as to why. I know how it looks. On the surface, a no vote seems like I'm trying to hide something or protect someone. I want to be absolutely crystal clear. That is not the case. My goal, and what I believe should be everyone's goal, is to see true justice served. For Jeffrey Epstein's victims, justice means holding every single person who participated in his horrific network accountable. Not just the big names, not just the people who make for splashy headlines, but everyone. So, why did I vote no? It comes down to a fundamental principle of our justice system and the very real danger of compromising ongoing investigations. When you release documents like these unredacted and into the public sphere, you're not just revealing names. You're revealing evidence. You're revealing the roadmap of the investigation. You're showing the bad guys exactly what law enforcement knows, who they've spoken to, and what threads they're pulling on. This isn't a movie. In the real world, complex criminal investigations, especially ones involving powerful people, are like a delicate house of cards. You pull one piece out at the wrong time, and the whole thing can come tumbling down. Think about it this way. Imagine prosecutors are building a case against a high-level trafficker. They have a witness, someone who is bravely cooperating. The documents, if released, could reveal the identity of this witness or details that would only be known to this witness. The moment those documents become public, that witness is in immediate danger. They could be intimidated, threatened, or worse. They might back out, and a key piece of the puzzle is gone forever. Or, let's say the documents mention a specific offshore bank account. The moment that information is public, you can bet that money is going to disappear. Evidence will be destroyed. Digital trails will be erased. The people we want to catch will have a head start, a blueprint of how to cover their tracks. My fear, and the reason for my vote, is that a premature, uncontrolled release of all this information would do more harm than good. It would satisfy a short-term public curiosity, and yes, it would be a huge media story for a few weeks. But at what cost? The cost could be the very convictions we are all seeking. It could mean that some perpetrators walk free because the case against them was compromised before it ever got to a courtroom. That, to me, is an unacceptable risk. It's a betrayal of the victims who are counting on us to get this right. They don't just want names in the news, they want people in prison. I fully support transparency. I believe the public has a right to know. But there is a right way and a wrong way to do this. The right way is to allow law enforcement and prosecutors to do their jobs. Let them use this information to build airtight cases. Let them secure indictments. Let them make arrests. Once a person is charged, the evidence against them becomes public through the legal process. That's how our system is designed to work. It protects the integrity of the investigation while ensuring eventual public disclosure. A massive, uncoordinated data dump works against this process. It's like throwing a grenade into a surgery room. There's going to be a lot of collateral damage. Some people have argued that the public's right to know outweighs these concerns. I understand that sentiment. I really do. After years of feeling like the powerful get away with everything, there's a hunger for accountability. But true accountability isn't just about naming names. It's about legal consequences. It's about convictions that stick. If releasing these files means a few rich and famous people are embarrassed, but the ringleaders who facilitated the abuse evade justice, have we really won? I would argue we've lost. We've traded a momentary media firestorm for long-term justice. My vote wasn't a vote for secrecy. It was a vote for strategy. It was a vote to protect the integrity of a complex and incredibly important investigation. It was a vote to give prosecutors the tools and the time they need to bring these criminals to justice without tipping our hand to them. I know it's not the popular position. It's much easier to just vote yes and ride the wave of public approval. But my job isn't to do what's popular, it's to do what I believe is right and what will lead to the best possible outcome. And in this case, the best outcome is seeing everyone involved in Epstein's network face a real court of law, not just the court of public opinion. I also want to address the victims. Everything I've done here has been with them in mind. Their bravery in coming forward is the reason we even know the extent of this depravity. We owe it to them to handle this with the utmost care and professionalism. A chaotic release of information could re-traumatize them. It could expose their identities against their will. We have to protect them, not just from their abusers, but from the unintended consequences of our own actions. A methodical, legally sound process is the best way to honor their courage and ensure the people who hurt them can't hurt anyone else ever again. So, in summary, my no vote was not an attempt to hide the truth. It was an attempt to preserve the path to justice. It was to prevent suspects from destroying evidence, to protect witnesses, and to ensure that prosecutors have the best possible chance to secure convictions that will stand up in court. I believe in transparency, but I believe in justice more. And sometimes, in the short term, those two things can be in conflict. When forced to choose, I will always choose the path that I believe leads to putting the guilty behind bars. I hope this explains my reasoning. I know not everyone will agree, but I wanted you to hear it directly from me. Thanks for listening.